Welcome. This is the Co-op Internship Contract Signing Session. I'm Sally Richards, the Senior Co-op Intern Program Manager in Career Services. Our office is in the Student Union, Suite 313. You can schedule an appointment with Handshake with your Career Services Program Manager in your degree program. Remember, though, you can find semester dates and tuition and fees on the contract signing handout in Handshake Resources Co-op Internship Program Information, and specific dates for international students co-op CPT authorization are also on the co-op program page. Next. Congratulations on being selected for a co-op or internship. I'm sure you're excited and maybe a little anxious during this unprecedented time as we're trying to get back to normal. We want you to get the most out of your experience. Think of it like a 15-week interview. You get to use what you've learned, and this could be your future employer. Also, you could get a good recommendation. You're representing yourself and Embry-Riddle. We want you to make a successful transition from student to professional. You need to maintain ethical standards and abide by the Embry-Riddle Student Honor Code. You need to maintain corporate confidentiality. Some students may have to sign a non-disclosure agreement. It's a legal agreement, sometimes called an NDA, which means you don't repeat what you hear at work and you don't tell company secrets. There will be a PowerPoint handout with additional details online in Handshake Resources. And the program manager will send you this PowerPoint with the co-op contract for registration. The recording will be on YouTube. Next. Make sure you follow instructions. What does this cartoon tell us? Well, it means to follow instructions or there could be a problem, whether it's on the job or with the requirements of the program. Next. Your work experience is a transition from student to professional. How do you act professionally? Follow all company rules, read and take notes in orientation or in daily meetings. Negligence is not an excuse. Do not abuse privileges. Act professionally, whether you're in the office or maybe even at the mall. Be considerate. Remember, it's a different environment in a corporate situation. Watch your language and your slang. It's not the same as when you're on campus. Dress to company standards. First impressions are lasting. Use good hygiene and limit that cologne. Respect your coworkers, your peers, and your supervisor. You are going to learn from all of them. Some of them will have people skills, but some will be number crunchers. Some type A, others reserved. Or some will have soft skills and some will have technical skills. Communicate with your co-op workers and supervisor. Evaluation that you get at the end of the term is subjective. Remember, that's not black and white. Sometimes it's somebody's perception. Don't miss work unless you have a good excuse, and partying till 3 in the morning is not a good excuse. And unless you're in surgery, or have your jaw wired closed, you be the one to call the supervisor if you have to be out of work. Companies have zero tolerance policies for not abiding by their rules and policies. Use good judgment. Think before you act. We can't help you after the fact, and it's not a land of second chances. It's amazing, though, how quickly your persona can change from student to professional by working with other professionals. Next. Your safety is a primary concern. This little guy is wearing his safety gear. That's good to see. Next. Working in a safe environment is crucial. Contact Career Services if your working environment compromises physical safety. Is safety equipment provided? If you're running engines or in a manufacturing facility, do you have earplugs or safety glasses? Did you get enough training? Contact us If questionable duties put you at risk, speak up and document. Or contact us if there's any harassment issues that occur or situations that cause concern to you. Be familiar with the No Harassment Guidelines handout. Anything sexual, emotional, anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, let us know and ask for advice. Don't wait until after the fact. Next. Let's talk about a learning environment, as the semester is all about learning. Be open-minded and flexible, learn new concepts and techniques, show that you're motivated, and take initiative, be a go-getter. Know that some routine administrative tasks are required in all positions. Apply your knowledge and skills to the job, enhance what you already know. Maintain a positive can-do attitude. Negative attitudes do not win respect. Use some aspects of your internship to meet career competencies, and that would be under the Eagle Elevate program. Next. Relocation is your responsibility. Ask for ideas or suggestions from the employer. Ask for names of other interns who will work during that term. Talk to current or former interns and alumni in the area. Career services can guide you. Review websites, newspapers, magazines, and local university housing sites. Airbnb is sometimes used by a number of our students. Avoid leases if you can help it. Get a short-term lease if you have to, and try to get it for no more than 4 months. Sometimes during regular semesters, you may be able to talk to another university close by, and you may be able to rent a room in the dorm. Next. When do I sign a co-op contract? Well, it can be finalized if you've updated your profile and handshake, you met with your program manager for the mandatory advising and verified your eligibility to participate. You've submitted a co-op internship experience approval request on handshake, which began the approval process for the supervisor, faculty co-op advisor, and career services program manager. If you've included the attachments, the offer letter, the job description, the student agreement, and a JD, that's a job description verification of hours form if it was needed. International students must have completed the online CPT verification with ISSS to verify their eligibility, completed all the co-op steps that are mentioned, then sign a co-op contract to be registered. Follow additional instructions about CPT application process provided on the ISS website so your I-20 can be reissued. Make sure you submit all the documents to the online portal for ISSS. Adhere to the deadline for CPT authorization. You have to have no financial holds on your account, and you can't be dual enrolled at another university. Next. The co-op contract will be sent to you electronically by your program manager. You'll receive a more detailed contract signing handout. Be sure to read it and review it. The contract is a commitment to complete all the terms that are scheduled, all the rotations that are scheduled with that specific company. Notify career services if there's an emergency or urgent need to make a change in the co-op intern experience or in your work environment. Withdrawals can only be done with career services approval for emergency situations. And you cannot do that at Ernie Central. That has to be done through career services. You're going to follow the semester schedule, which is a 15-week schedule during spring and fall, 13 weeks in the summer, and the start and end dates may be a little bit flexible. Obtain your career services program manager's signature on the contract for official authorization. Next. Okay, this is the copy of the contract that you'll be signing. Be sure to read it before you sign it. But by signing it, you're making that commitment that you'll complete the work experience in the rotations. If there's any changes, contact career services. You must complete the term satisfactorily and have a satisfactory final report and a supervisor evaluation at the end of the term in order to earn a passing grade. You're earning open electives, which may be able to be substituted for technical electives in some programs. Make sure you pay the tuition and applicable fees. Complete any blanks on this contract or highlighted areas when the program manager sends it to you. You're going to sign it with an electronic signature. Next. Okay, how about your assignment and due date? You're going to submit a final report and a supervisor evaluation according to instructions that we'll send you 1 week prior to the end of classes or the due date that's assigned by your faculty co-op advisor. You're going to follow general guidelines that I'll email to you for the final report unless your faculty co-op advisor gives you specific criteria. Note that you can keep a journal of your experiences. You might want to do that weekly. And then at the end of the term, you'll know what you can write, what you did. You won't forget any of the projects that you worked on. Contact your faculty co-op advisor if you have questions about the paper or due date extensions. They are the ones that assign the grades. They are the ones that will answer those questions. Remember that different degrees have different requirements. So you follow what your faculty co-op advisor tells you, and if not, then follow the general guidelines that Career Services sends you. You can view previous final reports on Handshake resources, final co-op papers, which is in the co-op intern program information page. Next. Okay, the second page of the contract packet, though, is the responsibility form. Again, please be sure to read it. Your responsibility is to reach out to any of these departments listed based on your situation and circumstances if you have questions for them. Okay, one thing I want to review again is that tuition and applicable fees are due by the deadline. Connect with the departments that you're involved with or have questions for. Be sure to sign this document before you send it back, again, with the contract, and there's an electronic signature for that form as well. Next. As I said, you must make arrangements with all the departments that impact your term at the university. Some of those departments are Ernie Central. You're all going to want to read the information there because there's information about student financial services and the bursar. It's about your tuition payment or how to make a payment plan. It's about financial aid, and financial aid will be adjusted because you're only paying for 1 credit hour tuition plus fees. If you're in the military, you may want to talk to the Veteran Student Services to find out what benefits you'd be able to get if you do a co-op. For housing, if you have a housing contract, you'll want to talk to them to see how you can cancel that. And if you're an international student, you need to talk to the SEVIS administrator because you'll need to get your I-20 reissued. Remember, you will need a Social Security number when you do the co-op or internship for the employment possibility. Next. Co-op tuition must be paid by the published tuition payment deadline. Typically, that's the 10 days before the first day of classes of that particular semester. You must pay the co-op tuition immediately if you complete the contract after that payment deadline date. The tuition, again, is the cost of 1 credit hour plus your applicable fees. You earn from 1 to 6 credits as an undergrad student, and grad students earn 3 credits for a full-time internship or co-op. There's an additional internship fee for international students. Pay the tuition or make financial aid or payment plan arrangements online through Ernie. You can get up to 4 payments for financial aid, but you must be registered first before you can make a payment plan, if that's what you would like to do. Payments can be made before registration is posted. Read the information on your responsibility form to see how that's done. You can also go into Campus Solutions to see how to do future payments. Discuss your payment concerns with financial aid or student financial services, again through Ernie Central or by phone or by email. Remember that institutional scholarships that you get are only offered in the spring and fall. So don't wait to see the charge on your account before you make a payment. Next. All students need to know about credits. You're earning upper level open elective credit for your co-op or internship. You work 15 weeks full-time, 600 hours in the fall and spring to earn the maximum credit hours. Credits decreased if fewer hours or weeks are worked. You work 13 weeks, that's 520 hours in the summer term. Undergraduates earn 1 credit per 100 hours of work for a max of 6 credits per term. Graduate students, on the other hand, get 1 credit per 200 hours of work, and that's a max of 3 credits that they can earn. International students are required to be registered for a full-time co-op or internship. Part-time co-op or internship can be happening with a full-time academic load, but the ISSS department has to approve first. You are awarded a pass or a fail grade. Incomplete is an advisor discretion. You may be able to substitute or convert to technical credit after you've earned a passing grade and if you meet academic department requirements. Talk to your department faculty co-op intern advisor before a student can earn technical credit. Specific rules, AE and ME about prerequisites that must be completed. See your advisor or career services program manager. Next. Will you be full-time? The university considers you at full-time status if you're taking a full-time co-op or internship. That's 6 credits for undergraduate students and 3 credit hours for graduate students. The university full-time status is important for the US immigration policy, possibly for insurance, especially if you're under your family's healthcare or auto insurance, and some scholarships. You can request a verification of enrollment through records. You can also do that online. Be sure to indicate that you're doing a full-time co-op when you fill out that form. Next. Will you be able to get financial aid? Federal financial aid can be awarded if a student takes a minimum of 6 credits for undergrads and 3 credits for graduate students. This, however, is considered half-time financial aid or part-time financial aid. The amount of aid cannot be over the cost of attendance. Your budget will definitely be adjusted if you're doing a co-op or internship and you're taking financial aid. Next. Can you do a co-op or intern and take academics? Yes, you can take a full-time co-op or internship plus part-time academics. That would mean a full-time co-op as 6 credits for undergrads and 3 credits for grads. Plus, you can take the university co-op policy stating students can take a full-time co-op or internship in up to 2 courses of undergraduate or 1 course for graduate simultaneously. International can only take 1 course online, but they have to have an approval from ISSS. Or you can take full-time academics and part-time co-op internship. You're taking academics of 12 to 15 credits as undergraduate students, and then you can take up to 3 credits max, not to exceed 16 credits with the approval from the dean. You want to mention that overload if it's over 16 credits to your program manager when you're signing the contract, though, because then there's additional signatures required. And you can't do dual enrollment at another university while you're doing the co-op and having it registered in Embry-Riddle. Next. International students, you already have completed the CPT verification, scheduled your advising session with your program manager, completed the co-op internship co-op experience on Handshake. Now you're signing a co-op contract. The CVIS administrator, Anastasia Ennen, will answer any questions about the immigration process that you have. If your internships in the US, follow instructions provided by ISSS on their website and submit required and signed documentation online to ISSS to finalize that process so your I-20 can be reissued. Your I-20 must be reissued before you're eligible to do the internship under your CPT curricular practical training work authorization. Do not work without that CPT approval. We do know that Homeland Security sometimes does a check that you are at the physical address that is listed on your CPT document. You want to make sure you have a Social Security number because that's required for the work experience. So you'll provide the employer at the start of the work experience your I-20 that's been reissued and one other form of government ID besides your Social Security number. Next. Okay, liability. The university doesn't cover students under any liability insurance policy while you're on the co-op or internship, but most companies do provide workers' compensation for co-op and intern students. Health insurance that was purchased through health services will continue to provide medical coverage while you're on an internship. Next. How does this warning relate to co-op or internship? For best results, it says remove cap. You could say the best experience happens when you follow directions. Next. Okay, this is about the IRS. You will sign tax documentation, a W-4 form at the start of an internship. Employers deduct taxes in paid internships. You get to select the exemptions though. If you want more money taken out of your check so you don't pay as big of a tax at the end of the year, you claim 0. If you want less money taken out, you claim 1 or the number of dependents you have. Ask for a copy of your W-4 or find out where you can locate this document in their HR system. International students can make up to a designated amount per year before you have to pay taxes, but you'll have to check with ISSS to find out what that number is. Next. Okay, let's talk about the information handouts and your supervisor performance evaluation. Okay, you're going to review all the documents that your program manager sends to you with your signed contract before the start of the internship. That would be these first 4, the important information, the professional office conduct handout, no harassment guidelines, and lessons to learn. Towards the end of the term, we'll email you through Handshake a supervisor performance evaluation that you'll forward to your supervisor in its electronic form. We'll forward you instructions for submitting your final report and your evaluation. Follow all the instructions for emailing your final report and evaluation form by the assignment due date. That's 1 week prior to the end of classes, unless your faculty co-op advisor has given you another time. There will also be a co-op intern student online evaluation form that will be sent to you from the DB Co-op email address. It'll be towards the end of the term in that online format. You're going to assess yourself on what knowledge you had prior to the beginning of the work term and how much you've learned. Click on Submit once you've completed it. Next. Okay, we want you to know that we're here if you have any problems to address. If you have a situation, we need to hear from you. Contact us about any situation that involves a conflict or a disagreement between you and another intern or you and the organization that you've been unable to solve and that needs to be resolved. Contact Career Services before making any changes to your co-op or internship, as I mentioned earlier. You must contact Career Services for authorizations. Withdrawals from any work experience must be approved and initiated by Career Services, and only if there's an emergency or a medical reason. We want to be sure that you review the no harassment guidelines. Besides any uncomfortable situations someone may inflict on you, be sure you're not doing anything or saying anything to make a colleague feel uncomfortable. Next. Remember now, you've made a commitment. There may be some rules the company gives you about smartphones, unsmartphones, about your texting, about personal phones being on the desk, about going to personal sites, about using Facebook or Instagram online, about your internet usage. You want to be sure to follow all of their rules. You must complete all the work rotations you've agreed to. Use the semester as a learning experience. You want to act professional and be responsible. Remember, the work setting is not your personal space. Take advantage of the opportunities and benefits that the company does. If there's a 5K run, even if you don't run, go ahead and walk it. Be with other people from the company. If there's any community events, join in. You want to absorb the culture of the company while you're there. Find out if it's a company you like or if it's the position that you like. Be respectful and considerate of people and resources. Use common sense. Increase your professional contacts and network. You must pay the tuition by the published deadline or immediately if the contract is completed after that date. Be a team player, have a good attitude. You can send photos for our Intern in Action Instagram campaign, high resolution photos. So have a safe and great co-op internship experience. Remember, you get out of your experience what you put into it. Next. Okay, we want you to show us your selfie at work. Follow us on Instagram. Be sure to give us your username. Follow us on Twitter. Join our Facebook page. Think about which career competencies did you meet. Remember, you can fulfill a number of career competencies while you are participating in an internship. Correlate your job duties and responsibilities and professional work to a competency. Thank you for attending this session. You can review it again on YouTube or view the PowerPoint in Handshake Resources Co-op Intern Program Information. Now we're going to watch a cute video that former NASA interns filmed for a marketing project.
NASA Johnson style. Johnson style. Welcome to NASA's Johnson Space Center. We are coming in hot, so don't burn up as we enter. We do science every day that affects your daily life. Throw them up for manned space flight. Science everywhere as we engineer the marvels that fly through the air and take us way beyond Earth's level. Science everywhere because we engineer the marvels that fly through the air, flies us through the air. Control mission out of Johnson. This is ground. This is space. Tell me, Houston, what's the problem? It's okay. Oh, it's okay. Because this flight control is all at Johnson today. NASA Johnson style. Johnson style. NASA Johnson style. Johnson style. NASA Johnson style. Hey, Science Daily. NASA Johnson style. Hey, it's amazing. NASA Johnson style. Orbiting Earth International Space Station, where we work and live in space with a crew from several nations. Got Japanese and Russians and that European charm. Throw them up like the Canada arm. Kicking out research. 29K cubic feet revolves around the Earth. Science microgravity revolves around the Earth. Columbus jamming destiny. Kicking out research. Kicking out research. Train the astro. Lots of Johnson to go to space. To go to space. Cause the missions of tomorrow start today. NASA Judson style. Judson style. NASA Judson style. Judson style. NASA Judson style. Science daily. NASA Judson style. It's amazing. NASA Judson style. Ryan Moore, SLS and PCV, we cannot feel the floor. Cause the lack of gravity, the destinations are an asteroid, Mars, or the moon we are. Blasting off, start the countdown soon.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Science daily. NASA Judson style. It's amazing. NASA Judson style.